Hey everyone, and welcome back to Small Engine Edge. Today we're going to talk a little bit about abandoned equipment and how we handle that. We get quite a bit of it every year because we do free estimates. So people bring it in, they don't pay any deposit, a lot of it's just junk items. And we have people that either A, won't pick up the phone, B, approve the repair and won't pick it up, or C, just say they're going to come pick it up and don't. Well, regardless of what the situation is, you've got to have some sort of policy and stick to it as far as how you handle those. Whether it's something that's been repaired or not, you should only give people a certain amount of time. Otherwise, it's taking up space that you could be using for something else. You don't want to look like a junkyard, whether you're in a commercial building or whether you're running it out of your house. I'm going to go over all that coming up. Don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons as we go along if you enjoy the content. You fix something, customer said, okay, hey, I'll pay $200 to get that riding mower repaired. That item's sitting here now. I've got one in back that's been sitting here right about 75 days now. We say after 30 days here in Illinois, we can take that equipment as abandoned. We don't. We usually give people 90 days, but we do charge a storage fee, especially if somebody doesn't get back to us. It's one thing if they're in communication with you and they're like, well, hey, I've got this going on or that going on. That's up to you. You can give those people a break on those storage fees or not. That's why you charge it, though. It gives you that option and that leverage to make people come pick that up. If they're thinking, well, hey, I'm going to get charged however much, some people charge $20, $30 a day for a storage fee. We only charge $20 a week, $25 a week. Not a whole lot, but still adds up when it's been here for 11 weeks, right? I mean, that's quite a big amount of money on top of the repair. So you can leverage that and say, hey, either come pick it up by X date or else you're going to get charged your full storage fee. Or if it's a customer also that has not gotten back to you whatsoever, make sure that the phone number is right. Make sure that you have the right number. We use a service called Been Verified. It allows you to research people's names and phone numbers. Sometimes you just write things down wrong or people put it in wrong when they're signing up online. I have that happen quite a bit. So we research their name and figure out what their phone number is. Sometimes it's a different number, or you can call a different number they have listed on public search records. Costs about $20 a month, but for us, it makes sense because it happens usually 2 or 3 times a month, actually, we use this service. It just helps keep things flowing to where you're not hanging on to a bunch of equipment for no reason. People will try to say that they've reached out or say that they've contacted you when they haven't. It happens all the time. When you reach out to somebody, if you're going to junk their abandoned equipment, what you need to do is you need to log all of that. Log the times you've called, on the dates you've called, and that you either left a message or there was no voicemail. We'll normally send text messages also. If you've got their email, you can do that, but make contact about these things. So if the customer hasn't picked it up within a week, hey, reach out, call or text. We normally will call or text 20, 30 times sometimes to some of these people. And it's a waste of time. It's a waste of your effort, yes, but you've got to do it to make sure you made every effort to get a hold of that customer. Whether it's a mower you fixed and put some money into in order to get it up to speed and it's not being picked up, or it's something that is just junk, it's costing you money by sitting around your shop. If it's junk, it's costing you that space. If it's something that you fix, the investment that you made towards that, both in time and money, could have been better spent somewhere else. You could have put that into another investment and you could be making dividends off of that. But unfortunately, it's tied up, and those things you do have to pass on to the customer at some point. You don't want stuff sitting all around. If I've got a piece of machinery that's been fixed, I got to move it in and out every day. That's a lot of time when you figure 77 days or whatever it's been. That's a lot of time in moving something in and out. You've got to factor those things in because really I'm not being paid for the time to move it in and out every day. That gets to be, depending on your space, a large time sink. If it's something that is not worth fixing, if it's a mower that's 20 years old and it's worth $400 or $500 and a customer is asking you to put $900 or $1,000 into it or more than what you could sell that mower for, make sure that you get a deposit because otherwise they have no incentive to pick it up and you have no way to recoup the money that you spent getting that there. If you're doing some sort of agreement when customers are dropping things off, That's wonderful. That puts it all straight out there in writing, and it's an easy way to do it. We don't do any actual agreement that you have to sign when you drop it off or anything to that effect, but everything is posted, which makes it legal in my state, but it may change depending on where you are, what the laws are behind that. You may have to have something signed or posted in order for it to be something that's accepted in your state. So check into those. Make sure that you're doing everything on the up and up. More information, more logging, more agreements, either by text or by signature, are an easy way to do that and make sure that you're legally covered. In Illinois, there is no law stating that I can't junk it after a certain period of time. We always have it posted 30 days, though. Some of you guys, depending on where you are, you may have to send a certified letter in order to junk something from a customer. So if their riding mower is sitting here for, sometimes it's 90 or 120 days, depending on what area you live in. So check your local laws, talk to a lawyer or research that on your own and figure out exactly how long you have, because some of these things can get you into hot water. If you junk somebody's piece of equipment or sell it, whatever you choose to do with it, and then they come back and say, well, hey, you didn't contact me or you didn't let me know, and you were supposed to send them a certified letter, you're on the hook for that equipment. You don't want to be there. You do not want to have to pay for that person's piece of equipment because they didn't come pick it up in a timely manner. Log all of the things you need to log, check your local laws, but after that period of time, ours is 30 days. Again, we give people normally 90 days just because I feel like that's the right thing to do. Sometimes things happen, but it seems like with a lot of people, they'll come in after a year, year and a half, 2 years and say, hey, you know that generator I dropped off? Yeah, I need to use that tomorrow. Do you still have that? No, I don't still have it after a year and a half. That's happened to me several times, and it always seems to be on a generator because people don't use them all the time. I've called you, and I've got the list of when I've called. We keep all that logged. We've called you 37 times, and you didn't come pick it up. No, we don't still have it. We sold it. Well, I'd like to get that back. Well, if you were to get that back, you'd have to pay all of that as far as storage fees. It's a $300 or $400 generator. You would have had to pay more than what that generator was worth to begin with anyway. I've been threatened to call the cops on numerous times over this same thing. I always tell people, hey, do what you need to do, but it's a civil matter at that point. It's not a criminal matter. And if you'd like me to take you to, or if you'd like to take me to court over it, hey, fine. I'm going to show up without a lawyer and, hey, this customer didn't pick it up. We called then, along with phone records, and it's going to be dismissed. Make sure you cover your end of things. So make sure that you're not junking things early and that you do keep those logs, that the numbers are right, and that you keep this long enough for customers to reach out if they need to. As long as somebody's keeping in contact with us, I don't mind whatsoever. It's those customers that do not contact you back, don't say, hey, it's going to be a little bit. That's fine. No problem. If you don't have the money right down, no big deal. If you want to make a little bit of a payment, that's great. That will a little bit of good faith, right? If you're charging a deposit, that's great. That kind of gets some skin in the game for these people. We don't do that since we do free estimates, never have, but it does give us a lot more of those situations where we're trying to call and get a hold of somebody to come pick up their stuff. It's something that it's a double-edged sword. We love the free estimates and pickup and delivery and all that other stuff, but it does kind of hurt with the flow of things. Then we start to look out back like we're a junkyard because we're holding on to all this customer's equipment, which really isn't worth anything anyway. Sometimes those pieces of equipment are just junk. They need to go to the junkyard. Whether we can pull parts off of them or not, it doesn't matter. It's still the same process, but you can burn through a lot of time if you're not clear with those customers what your policy is and when the things will be junked. If people already know that, we've got it posted along with on our website for our pickup and delivery. If you don't pick it up after 30 days, it will become our property to sell for the cost of the repair or to sell to recoup our cost of your storage fee. Either way, we are entitled to do that. We normally, again, will hold it longer than that, but that doesn't mean that we have to. If we wanted to junk it after 30 days, we could. Most people, it's all or nothing. It's either they're right on top of picking it up or they want to try to push you to have it done tomorrow and then wait 3 months to come get it. It's usually those pushy people that are the ones that wait. The junk equipment, you've got to get really good about handling those things and telling people whether they're going to be worth repair or not, because many of these will be, especially with free pickup and delivery, picked up off the curb, brought to you. And then when you tell them it's not worth repair, if you're not clear about, hey, there'll be no charge, we can junk it or you can come pick it up. Most people are just like, hey, junk it, toss it in the junk pile. Hey, great, we've gotten rid of it. But some people think that you're giving them a tail and that you're trying to get their piece of equipment. We don't want your 20-year-old leaf blower, but people think that. They think people are dishonest, and maybe some are. But as long as they trust you, they're just going to tell you, hey, get rid of it. Yeah, if it's not worth anything, all I'm going to have to do is junk it anyway. Be upfront with customers, be very firm on your situation, and then you won't run into situations where people say, oh, hey, well, I've been out of the country for this long. You should have held that for me. I've gotten that several times, and it's like, well, hey, the phones overseas don't work to call America because last time I checked, it's the 21st century, and here we are. You can call from anywhere in the world with cell phones or message nowadays, and there's no issue with that. It's a different story if it was 30 years ago. Maybe that excuse would have worked, but it's not the case anymore. Everybody's interconnected, and they can and should call you and keep in contact with you. If you're going to allow it, that's fine, but you also don't have to. You don't have to keep their equipment for a year, and if you do, charge that storage fee. Be upfront about that also. Hopefully this helps give you guys a little bit of insight on how we handle customers with situations like this, and helps you to be firm with them and getting their stuff out of your way. Especially if you're a guy out of your garage, you need all that space. You don't want your stuff sitting out front making your place look like a junkyard. I always recommend to people, keep all that stuff in back. You want to look like a good repair shop. And when you have junk sitting all around in front and in view, people talk about that. They drive by and, oh, look at that junkyard. Look at that place. They don't do any good work. Look at all the broken down stuff they have out front. Perception is a lot when it comes to customers, and you don't want them to perceive those things. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed the content. Thank you for watching. Keep continuing to dream big. You will continue to go far, and have a wonderful rest of your day.